All right, welcome in everyone. 6 o'clock here on your Wednesday morning. Jason and Alicia here with you. And man, does it feel, I don't want to say nice outside, but it feels much better outside.
Doesn't hurt your face.
Okay.
Doesn't hurt your face.
Doesn't hurt your face, doesn't hurt your nose. My lips aren't bleeding. It's a good day in Minnesota. It feels like 11. Yesterday it felt like 35 below. So it is, I actually feel hot and I'm enjoying it. I was thinking, oh, should I wear a hat and gloves? I did because it's still 11, but come on, feels good. Enjoy your morning here. And guess what? The warmth will continue. Now we're going to be one of the one spots here above average for that first couple of days or last couple of days of January and early February. Now that's next week. So I just want to give you a little hope. Just straight up hope. If you want 30s, we're going to get a couple days of that next week. Now here we go, continuing with the warmth. 19 degrees. I think it's a little breezy out there. You can see the camera shaking with the wind gusts out of the south. Has to be out of the south. Look at the temperatures. 45 degrees warmer puts us at 19 and the 20s in western Minnesota. Enjoy your morning and afternoon. We'll talk about the cool down that does come tonight in your forecast. Cece.
Good morning. Yeah, a lot quieter out there on the roads compared to this time yesterday when all across the metro we were seeing so many stalled vehicles. Hopefully the warm up that John's been talking about today will help with vehicles not getting stalled out there this morning. The only thing I am seeing this morning is a crash in Minnetonka on 494 southbound. This is at Baker Road. This right lane is blocked off and so is the right shoulder while they try to get this vehicle off of a guardrail. They're working hard to do that. That should be clearing soon. But again, if you're headed this way soon over the next 20 minutes, I'd say stay left as you head toward Eden Prairie and Bloomington. Jason.
All right, Cece, appreciate that. Thank you. As John mentioned, it's our first morning this week. Temperatures aren't starting in the negatives.
That's right, and just in time for thousands headed to Shakopee for Hockey Day, Minnesota. Audrey there at Valley Fair this morning, getting a few early slap shots in, and you got the official puck. Love to see it, Audrey.
Sure do. Got the official puck. No, just kidding. Not going to do it. They took my stick away because they saw what I did at 5:30. But it's okay. I can still be on the bleachers showing you exactly what you're going to see when you show up to Hockey Day, Minnesota out here in Shakopee. And got an ice rink, got some roller coasters as a backdrop. I think that's a ton of fun. They're hosting it at Valley Fair this year. 15,000 people are expected to come to the park from today all the way through Saturday to the end of the event. Now it starts in about 7 hours from now. The main parking gates open at 2 and then the official gates open at 2:30. So that's when the first games are going to start kicking off and people can start having fun. Now if you're wondering, how am I going to hang out in an amusement park all day where I usually am in the summer? I want to show you guys that tent behind me. That's one of 2 warming tents that they have. And when they say warming tents, they are legit. Like, I almost had to take my coat off. They are very, very warm. So you'll be able to stay toasty. You'll be able to get out of the cold. This is obviously celebrating hockey culture, and everything that Minnesota has to offer. I'm going to have a little bit more coming up in a half hour. We're going to talk to someone with the Minnesota Wild just about their role in this entire event. But for now, Jason, Alicia, I'll send it back to you. I'm going to shot put this thing.
I'm glad you didn't let it go. Keep it right there.
Different sport, but
yes.
That's fine.
Audrey, thank you so much. We're also less than 12 hours away from the start of U.S. Pond Hockey Championships. Crews have been busy out on Lake Nokomis getting the rinks ready. Over 300 teams are here to play in the tournament, now in its 20th year. It kicks off tonight with Youth Night, and then tournament plays get underway tomorrow. Last year, the championships had to be cut short because of warm weather and slushy ice. It was not fun, but it seems, thankfully, that won't be a problem this year.
6:04, turning now to some other headlines. Right now, we are waiting to hear from Minneapolis police about an investigation in the Whittier neighborhood from overnight. This was the scene at Pillsbury Avenue and West 29th Street just after 11 last night. You can see a few squad cars on scene with police tape. Right now, we are not sure what happened, but as soon as we learn anything new, we, of course, will update you.
Right now in Minneapolis, police are working to determine if 2 deadly shootings that happened a mile apart and within 15 minutes of each other are related. The first incident happened around 9 Monday night on 3rd Avenue South, about a block off of 35W in the central neighborhood. Police say a man in his 20s was shot and later died at the hospital. So police say they were then called further south to an alley on Harriet Avenue after receiving reports of a body that had been dumped from a car. When they arrived, they say they found a man who had been shot multiple times and later died. So far, no one has been arrested in either shooting.
Well, tragic update to a story we've been following for the last week. A pizza delivery driver who went missing in Apple Valley has died. St. Paul police say Xu Zhang returned home yesterday and died by suicide in the afternoon during a mental health crisis. Zhang's family reported him missing a week ago while making deliveries. Clues led investigators across the metro and all the way to Superior, Wisconsin. If you know or if someone you know are in crisis, help is out there. Trained professionals are available 24/7 by calling or texting the number 988.
Well, time now 6:06 at the state capitol. While their DFL colleagues continue to boycott the start of the session, today House Republicans plan to return to the floor. And this morning we're getting a closer look at their new proposal to prevent fraud of public agencies. For years, Minnesota has been plagued by cases, including Feeding Our Future, which have cost taxpayers millions. The GOP's plan has some crossover with ideas Governor Walz proposed just a few weeks ago. It includes stronger reporting requirements, better detection systems for legislators, and a new Office of Inspector General to investigate fraud.
I welcome the fact that the governor has acknowledged this, but as legislators, we have to take our own due diligence and our own steps to do this, and this is a great way to do so.
Right now, Democrats are suing to stop the GOP from meeting, but in the past, they have expressed willingness to tackle the fraud problem. Also happening today, the pro-life organization Minnesota Citizens Concern for Life will hold its annual March for Life at the State Capitol Mall. It happens each year on the anniversary of Roe versus Wade, the landmark ruling recognizing the constitutional right to abortion. After nearly 50 years, the Supreme Court overturned it in June of 2022, but Minnesota has since passed a law guaranteeing the right to abortion access. Today's march begins at noon.
Right now, President Donald Trump is moving swiftly to deliver on some of his top promises in the early days of his administration. On his first full day as commander-in-chief, Trump officially delayed the U.S. ban on TikTok for 75 days. He also announced a $500 billion investment into artificial intelligence infrastructure. And amid backlash, the president is defending his decision to pardon all January 6 defendants.
I'm Heidi Wigdahl. President Trump made good on his promise to pardon January 6 rioters. Trump approved pardons for more than 1,500 people charged in the insurrection and commuted the sentences of 14 of his supporters. It comes more than 4 years after his supporters stormed the Capitol over the 2020 election results. Among those pardoned include 15 Minnesotans. About half of them had been convicted and sentenced. It includes a Lindstrom family, Father Robert Westbury, sons Jonah and Isaac Westbury, and Aaron James, who are awaiting trial. The family's attorney told us, quote, "They were completely innocent. They should have never been charged," and said the family's happy this case is over.
Well, it's time now 6:08. We're learning this morning that 28 people are now confirmed dead in the California wildfires. This as strong winds continue to threaten the area. Cal Fire said 3 new fires started yesterday in San Diego County. 2 of them have been stopped already. The Lilac Fire, which is burning north of the city of San Diego, is about 50% contained. Further north, some residents in the devastated Pacific Palisades neighborhood are being let back into their homes for the first time since evacuating. The Palisades fire has entered its 3rd week of burning and is just over 60% contained right now. Meanwhile, another risk is on the horizon with potential rain in the forecast this weekend that could cause mudslides and flooding.
This morning, millions of Americans are digging out of snow for the first time in their lives after a rare winter storm hit the Gulf Coast and the Southeast. And it's bringing delight to some people who've never seen snow before.
Reporting live from Florida.
Let's sign her on. It's a
And
good
bring her
reporter
in.
right there.
She's ready to go.
Yeah, most people escape to Florida to get away from all of this. But as you see from this video in Pensacola, the roads are completely covered in it, and their makeshift plows there seems to be doing a good job. The Sunshine State setting an all-time snowfall record. Down in Texas, the beaches in Galveston look like a winter wonderland. And just weeks from the Super Bowl, the Superdome in New Orleans covered in snow.